and I went on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does. And I have more complaints about that bacon and things going up, double, triple, quadruple. I don't like the tags very much. Look at that, up 46% eggs. Wow. Up 65%. Wow, school lunch is up 65%. How can a family afford that?
I didn't actually watch that montage before we went live. That's amazing. That's the dumbest thing that he's ever said. Not like the dumbest fact he's gotten wrong. He's amazed by the word groceries. He's amazed, but I looked it up. It's what you eat, bacon and such. Dear God. Now, that's not the point of the story. All that's from the campaign trail where he was super focused on groceries. A simple word, groceries. Right now, though, hey, everybody out there, could you shut up about groceries, bacon, and such? He doesn't want you talking about that. Yes, prices are continuing to go up, especially for those eggs. We'll check on the school lunches, but it's time for you to shut up because that was about winning an election. It was not about bringing prices down. I wish that people had realized that then. They didn't, but now's a great second time to figure that out. So on Truth Social, Charlie Kirk has been going on a rant about how people need to shut up about egg prices. And I think that's probably not great messaging, as a pundit to tell your base who's hurting to shut up about the stomach speaking as it always does. You know what's worse? Donald Trump re-truthing that. Bring that up again. That's not just Charlie Kirk posted that on the Daily Caller. That's Trump being like, yeah, shut up about the egg prices, everybody. Shut up about groceries. This is their they've gone in a couple of months from on day one, I'm gonna fix it faster than you've ever seen, to shut up about the groceries, shut up about the eggs. You know that thing JD Vance was talking about literally every day on the campaign trail? Shut up about it already. I don't wanna hear about it. We're trying to pass some tax cuts. We gotta hand over $4.5 trillion to billionaires. Jeff Bezos needs his new fortune on top of his other fortunes. Shut up about your omelets. And here is Kirk's argument. The high price of eggs is in no way President Trump's fault. Almost all the increase took place during Biden's final months in office. No, they've been talking about it for like a year. What are you talking about? He says Trump is already hard at work to deliver savings for American families. I would love a citation on that. Well, hold on a second. Okay, so it's not his fault, even though they've been going up while Trump has been president. It's Biden's fault because he was president. We can blame him because he was president when it happens, but it's happening now. And Donald Trump is president, can we not blame him? Now you might say maybe that's not fair. Maybe it's a result of something that Biden did. I'd love for you to cite what that is. No evidence being provided. On the contrary, I can do that for Donald Trump. Hey, I'd love to import some Canadian eggs. Probably not gonna be feasible in the near term, thanks to the trade war. And meanwhile, he says, no, but it's okay. Trump is taking it seriously. He's trying to fix the problem. They're doing biosecurity. They're continuing the programs that Joe Biden did. The Daily had a great episode all on eggs or whatever. Like they go into it. Almost everything that the ag secretary has talked about is a mere continuation of what Joe Biden has done. And maybe, by the way, that's the best we can do other than not starting a trade war or whatever. But then in that case, go on the air and be like, you know what? We were too hard on Joe Biden. It turns out that you actually can't magically bring the prices down because Donald Trump is not capable of doing that. But substance aside, JR, I love that their new message is that everyone needs to shut up about their economic suffering because we thought Biden wasn't doing enough to acknowledge it. But at least he wasn't often coming out and being like, shut the hell up, you hungry peasants. Your chirping annoys me. And it's not just him. Scott Bessent, another one of the billionaires on his cabinet. Weird that they find words like groceries to be so strange when they have personal shoppers who go out and buy them for them. He said cheap goods are not the essence of the American dream. And what is this strategy called? All the news headlines have landed on Trump is saying now the strategy is no pain, no gain, which he could have done all along. He chose not to do it. But here's the thing, it's not no pain, no gain. Maybe it's trite, but it's your pain, their gain. Donald Trump isn't having to cut back on bacon and such, obviously. He can buy whatever the hell he wants. All of his rich buddies are richer than they were previously. You're gonna be suffering. You may not be able to afford a new car because of his trade war. You can't afford eggs, or even if you can, the most you can buy at one time is 12. They won't let you leave with more. You're experiencing the pain. You are not gonna see Elon Musk or Donald Trump or Besant or Lutnick or McMahon or any of the others show one single sign of solidarity, let alone actual suffering. Your pain, their gain. Jared, what do you think?
And people will see it once the gain fully happens. You have to listen to the things that these folks say, and that's what they're banking on. You're too busy going to work. You're too busy trying to figure out how you're going to pay for your kids' supplies, their preschool. You're worried about your life. The things that they appeal to you on the campaign trail because more people paid attention while they're out running around campaigning. So as you don't see it happen, just as long as we have this finish line, as long as you have the line that once those tax breaks come and they give you $500, you go, oh my God, look how he rained down on us all these millions of dollars of savings, and somehow your life just got better for $500 now that you're in debt for another 10,000, whatever it may be. Just maybe have a breaking point, have a line, maybe just have a line. Because I want you guys to remember whenever anyone from, even the frustrating part of the Democratic Party was running for president, and things were actually said, or identifications about who Kamala was running against where it's actually said. And they said, imagine you Democrats see if you can keep winning elections if you keep saying things like that. Mm-hmm. So they have to be super careful about their language. You can't call him a fascist. You can't call him authoritarian. You can't say what he's doing is what he's doing. But these guys come around and call people left-wing lunatics. And you can say, shut up about the prices of eggs that we would not shut up about when we were talking about it. Where is the line? Where is the fear of your voters finally turning on you? The way that you tell Democratic, liberal, progressive, anyone that's running, voters turning on them for being way too mean to the folks who are sabotaging your life. It's lazy politics, and they found a great group of people that they can just convince that no matter what's happening, they'll turn on you. They'll tell you to shut the F up. They'll tell you go and take it. Your prices will go up. I was lying. A recession is coming. I was lying. Yeah, you're gonna lose your job. I was lying. Yes, those veterans are suckers and losers. I was lying. What has he told the truth about?
100%. Yeah. And look, I'll end on this one last point. The no pain, no gain. Again, it's a lie. But let's say that it was true, and let's say he did on the trade war what I've been saying. You could make the case that long term it's beneficial, but stop lying and saying that it's not gonna hurt along the way. Okay, maybe this is him being willing to do that. We're gonna do this stuff that's very difficult, and everybody's gonna suffer. You know a great way to make that real and honest? You give an address and you come up and you say, you know what every rich MFer in this country expects me to do? What Republicans always do when they get into office, hand over trillions of dollars in tax cuts. You know what I'm not gonna do? That. No, we're all gonna suffer because of this trade war and it's gonna suck. But you know what? Not doing the tax bill. They're going to help to subsidize the American recovery, the rebirth of our industrial might. They're gonna subsidize it. Taxes are not gonna be cut for millionaires, but he's never gonna do that. He's literally never gonna do it because again, it is your pain, but it is their inevitable gain. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?